My name is Anne Traynor and I am mother to an amazing little boy called Kevin who has Down syndrome. I came here today because I want to say I have been appalled that media commentators and abortion campaigners sought to dictate terms to families of children with disabilities in regard to what we could and could not say, and whether photographs of our children should be seen. I have found this upsetting, judgmental and intimidating. I love my son more than life itself, and it breaks my heart to see that abortion is eliminating his community. Parents like me have an absolute right to say that abortion is eliminating his community. Parents like me have an absolute right to include our children and our families in this debate, since they are central to the discussion and often wish to make their own voices heard. We refuse to hide them away. We want to remind the Irish people that people with disabilities have a right to life, and we will not go back to a time when people with disabilities were put out of sight and ignored. We have every right to express our deep concern at the proposal to introduce abortion into the country. In reality, babies with a disability are aborted in disproportionate numbers, with 90% of those babies diagnosed in the womb aborted in Britain and 100% being aborted in Iceland. This reality is absolutely heartbreaking, and the reality is that abortion discriminates against babies diagnosed with a disability. This is a real disrespect to both children and adults with Down syndrome and their families. This is what caused real sorrow and stress to parents. Let us be clear, women who abort their pregnancies after a diagnosis of disability are not bad people. But with legal abortion comes a pressure to have abortions in some circumstances. A society that doesn't welcome people with disabilities becomes a society that judges women who do not abort their disabled unborn babies. I never want a woman in Ireland to be asked, as women in the UK are with horrifying regularity, do you know before he was born? Did you know before he was born? To hear campaigners from the yes side acknowledge the fact that unborn babies in Ireland can be tested and diagnosed with Down syndrome in Ireland at 9 weeks in the womb, and then in the same breath go on to say that abortion on demand up to 12 weeks will not discriminate against these babies is shocking and offensive, and it's also untrue. The statistics in other countries show the opposite to be the case. Abortion does discriminate. I want Ireland to keep a culture of loving and protecting children like my son. I won't be silenced in this debate, and I refuse to listen to people who are trying to stop us from speaking out to defend the right of our children and people with Down syndrome. Vote no on May 25th to keep Ireland a country which values children and individuals of all ability. Vote no on May 25th to keep Ireland a country which is bucking the trend and is a world leader in celebrating and including individuals with Down syndrome into our lives and society. Vote no on May 25th because abortion discriminates against people with disability. Vote no on May 25th because children like my son are safe with the 8th Amendment in Ireland. Vote no on May 25th to protect children like my son, Kevin. Thank you.